Welcome back to, holy crap, I think it was windy yesterday. Enough about my wind woes. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to install a hood-mounted solar panel. I'm real excited for this. I've been looking at them for a while. Lensun Solar reached out to me and asked if I would do a installation tutorial and install it and see how it goes. So that's what we're going to do. But for those that you don't know, we're going to do this setup just a smidge differently. They did send me the whole kit and we'll go over everything, but we're actually not going to wire it to the main battery in the Forerunner. We're going to use this solar panel to help recharge the dual lithium batteries that I have in the back. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link to it in the card up there. You can take a look at it. Let's take a look at what was sent to us. So first we're going to take a look at the panel because I actually need the cardboard here for a makeshift outdoor table. And did I really need to cut it like that? Probably not. Well, they taped it up nice. This is thick cardboard. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
I don't think I've seen cardboard that thick. Can I slip this out of here? Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Oh, that's really cool. Is there anything else in there? Oh, yeah, some of these things to hide the wires. Next, let's see what we got in this goodie kit here. Whole package just of stickers? Let's see. Yeah, sticker. Yeah, sticker. What is this? Well, they're getting a lot of vehicles. Last time I saw these, they only had them for like a Toyota, then eventually they put a Jeep, but there's a lot of vehicles they're getting. I like the roof mounted dealio on that one. That's a good idea. So is the tent. Ah. So here's the adhesive tape kit that we're going to be putting on. And then I'm guessing some directions for the controller, how to download the app. This is the charge controller that comes with it. I'm not going to lie. That's actually a pretty nice controller. It's all steel. It's got some weight to it. It is not... and it's got a lot of length and wire. This is not as cheap as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's still probably made in China. Yep, made in China. But 10 amp, that's a pretty hefty little charger. I like the size of it. If you were going to use, if you didn't have a system already set up that could accept a solar panel input, this would be a really good way to go. And it's MPPT. That's even better. Yeah, that's a slick little setup. And this probably is the vinyl wrap. Oh, no shit. Okay, so here's something funny. I actually bought vinyl squeegees. These ones right here, they do look nicer, but I bought vinyl squeegees because I didn't know that it came with one. So Lensun, if I can make a recommendation already, make sure people know it comes with this, because on the website, I didn't see anything about that. We got some directions here. We'll consult that if I feel like I get lost. And then the vinyl, which is, actually I'm not going to put a knife to that. Knowing me, I'll cut it just like I did my thumb. But what I think we're going to do with this, I think I'm going to find a spot, lay it out so that it gets some heat into it and it opens up. Maybe. I'll get something heavy. Uh-oh. Maybe I won't do that. It looks like it's gonna crinkle on me. Maybe I'll just leave it in the sun like this. So that's the whole kit. It's actually really complete, especially with this piece. So you don't really have to buy anything extra, though I did get a few extra things, and we'll go over that. I got some black silicone. Seems to be popular with these things, put silicone around them. And then I also got some masking tape. But before we actually get into the installation, which I guess this is part of it, we need to go ahead and give this thing a really good bath. She's really dirty right now, and we need the hood really clean. So we're just going to give the whole thing a bath. And I get to use my new Uberflex hose and my new little spray gun and my new foam cannon. I'm so excited for all this stuff. This is going to make cleaning all my crap way more better. Oops. What are we doing here? Okay, so to get this thing really clean, we're going to put some dish soap in this bottle, and we're going to clay bar the section of the hood that we're going to put the vinyl down. I don't know everything about vinyl. Let me get that straight. What I do know when it comes to anything is the cleaner it is, the better it's going to be. So we're just going to make this as clean as we can. And we'll need the dish soap anyway for installation, because that's going to make it very, very slick. And we need it to be slick. I think vinyl, I've seen a lot of people do a lot of different things, but I think spraying it down with soap is going to be the best way, because then you can kind of slide to a line. Definitely make sure when you're done with it though, you wrap it back up in something. I get quite a few uses out of my clay bars. Alright, let's rinse this bad boy off. Yeah, you can definitely tell that clay bar and dish soap combo stripped everything off there on the account of the water is still sitting on that hood. Now, let's see. How am I gonna... That's definitely the front. So maybe... Maybe we just go like that. Really, 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 really wet. I should also tell you guys, I'm at a really big disadvantage. Not only am I by myself doing this, but I live in a really hot area and everything evaporates so fast. So I have very limited time to do anything when it tries to keep it wet. So that's why I'm using so much of this stuff. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Let me know in the comments if I'm failing really hard here. It kind of looks like I am. Let's see, what do I have to do? I have to get this part undone without letting it fall. Okay. Oh, we're doing that. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Crap. Hopefully this stuff's tough enough to handle that. Okay. Let me get... Maybe the trick is to do it upside down first. And then get it flipped where you want it. Better way to go? I think it starts going like that. Let's see, does it go down that little dip? Okay, we got just enough. So I'll get this aligned right on that edge on this side. Alright, let's see how this is gonna look. Honestly, it's not too hard to align. You just get it where you want it. I'm trying to get it as good as I can on that ridge line right there. On that ridge line on the Forerunner. Alright, now how do I got the top looking? Top's looking pretty good, I think. I'm going to use the squeegee that it came with. Actually, I think I'm making a mistake. I think I got to go through the center first in order to get all that, in order to get all the bubbles out. I think this is what the pros do. They go, yeah, I don't like that. I think I definitely messed that up. I don't know that that's going to stay on there. See, this crease up here has me concerned. I don't know that I did that, or I don't know if it came that way. but I don't know how to remedy that. We might just leave it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going around and getting as much water out from underneath of it as I can, so that it adheres really well, because there's tiny little, from me spraying so much water under there, there's tiny little pockets of water that you can see get squeezed out when I do this. And this part's actually getting better the more I do it. I think it's drying out and the adhesive is sticking it down. So I'm just going to keep working this around. Oh, that crease is basically gone now. I'm just gonna keep working this. I think we'll get it. We're finding out together what if an idiot can do this kind of stuff. That's what we're doing right now. I've done a good job of figuring out what not to do. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? One thing I wanted to do, so that we actually get to test it today a little bit, is oh, we got a little pocket right here. Okay, I gotta do a little more. Okay, see the little pocket of water that just came out? Yeah, okay. One thing I want to do though, like I said, I have a dual lithium back in the back, and I have a dual lithium pack in the back here. And so, don't mind all my crap.
The accoutrement that you will need, accoutrement!
But I also have a fridge. So what I figure we do, let's just turn the fridge on. Let's let it suck some power. While we're doing this, let's let it suck some power from the lithium batteries. That way, when we go to actually finish wiring the panel up, we can see through my Victron Smart Shunt how much power it's putting in. That'll be very interesting to tell how much power we get. Now, I think what we'll do, let me move all this out of the way. I think we're going to measure some wiring stuff, see how far that wiring will take us, and extend it now. And the reason I want to extend it now is because I want this thing curing on the hood while we do all the wiring. And I can't do that if I have to wait. Like this. Honestly, so far, so good. Now let's see what we got here. A little concerned about that lip because it's at an angle. But this is a pretty flexible panel, so it should be okay. And we'll put some silicone there, so that going down the highway doesn't get picked up as easy. You know what I'm most curious about though, is the glare on the inside, what it looks like from the window. Because I don't see any reviews where people actually show you what it looks like from inside the truck. Yep, perfect. All right. Got to give ourselves a little bit of a slack. The other question is, let me see, do I want to take this apart and slip this on the inside? I'm thinking no. Okay, so here's what we decided. I decided that I'm going to leave these connections under the hood and run some cable through and make this connection right now, and then we'll go back and do the other thing. But the reason I'm going to leave this under the hood is we have a fold-out panel. And so on days that we'll need more power, like for longer stays, or if we're using a lot of power for different things or whatever, I want to be able to connect all the solar panels together.
It's electrical, but I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of
off the same line and not have a bunch of wires. So I can put a splitter here. If I leave this under the hood permanently, we can make a splitter later on when we need it. We're going to actually run the cable through this way first, then we'll do the MC4 connectors. Now to do this, you just kind of grab this and it's going to hurt you. There we go. Hopefully I didn't break it that time. I've had this thing on and off so many times. I feel like I'm going to... Okay, no broken clips. We can run this way in a minute. I just want to get the main chunk of wire I need through the firewall. And you're not going to be able to see this because it's super dark down here and it's super tight. So I'm just going to do the best I can getting in here. All right. Let's see if this method is going to work. You sure about that? I'm just going to get something that's a little bit smaller and kind of stiff at the tip.
Another good one!
You're on fire!
And all this thing is, this is a grabber, but the tip is kind of stiff. So we're just gonna tape the wire on here and use it as a fisher, since I can't seem to find my fisher. Let's see where we at. I don't even know that we're in the right area. Okay, new plan. Instead of doing it this way, we're gonna stick this through from the engine bay and use it as a fish that direction, since I can't get enough room to get my hands up in there and push. It's really, really tight in this area. But this time, I'm gonna push it through this grommet this way. Maybe. Oh, I got it through the first part. This is a double-walled grommet. So, okay. I did get it through there. It was stuck on this little rubber flap. So now, oh yeah, see, look. Now we got it. There we are. Look at that. Okay, now we're gonna go back with the tape again. Give yourself enough on here to pull it through. It's gonna be tough. And try to make it as narrow as you possibly can. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, we got this one stuck up here loosely so that when we go to do the panel we have some wiggle room. We go to stick the panel down. This stuff, I'm just gonna zip tie to my wiring harness right here. Yeah, we'll just go like that. That way it could be a pain in the ass when we go to undo it. It'll be fine.
You sure about that?
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll probably add another zip tie right there. And one right here. And that'll hold everything up and nice and taut. Nice and good. Okay. Now I think we're ready for the panel. Yeah, pretty sure that's where I want it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make a little hinge here. All right, let's see how this is gonna work. Yeah, that'll work. We need to wipe that down and then consult the taping instructions. Not that. Okay. Man, this stuff is stinky. Oh, these are crap.
You suck.
Okay, don't tell the wife. I got her cooking scissors, because these are nice and sharp. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, now I'll go do the other side and then we'll have to figure out how I'm going to get that across there. You know what'd be really cool with this thing? Is if they had a sticker and you just pulled the whole sticker off and just stuck the whole panel right to the hood. That'd be way cool. And probably worse and betters. Better in some way. Betters. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I have an IQ of 48.
Okay. Okay, we got those edges done fairly well, I think, for me at least. Now, what they really want you to do is they want you to go they want you to go like that. So that's what we'll do. Do this first, and then do the wiring like I was gonna do. Let's see. Okay. Now let's see how it's gonna align. We go like that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Are you exploring? Okay, let's see. This will help me, I think, get it aligned. Uh-oh. He figured out how to turn off. Well, he didn't realize that he could do that. Alright, here we go. So, we're going to pull this forward and get it lined up the best we can. See, how did I do? Okay, that worked really well. Now, all we can do is we can just pull these guys out like this, which is why I did it like that. Create some flags. Alright, we're gonna do that one there. And that one there. And these guys right there. And this one right there. And right here. And right here. Alright, the last thing we're going to do on the hood, and then we'll go to the inside and finish up the wiring. I'm going to tape this off so we can get a little bit of silicone. Alright, last step, silicone. Now let's rip this tape up and see if we get a nice clean, or at least as clean as I can get it, edge. Your mileage may vary. Okay, next, we're gonna have to do this on the inside. So we're gonna need this too, and I'll show you why. It's pretty simple. Let's get some wire run first though. This is gonna need to go back here. Okay, so the reason I need this is because the system that I use for my DC-DC charger has an MPPT input already, and it uses these Anderson plugs. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an Anderson plug on the end of this. The bright side is if you ever have a problem, it's easy to undo, right? You just pop this off, and then if you need to do something else, you can do something else. So it makes it a lot more universal. The not so good news is that you have to buy Anderson plugs to do anything. We're just going to give ourselves a little bit extra length to work with. There we go. There's the negative. Now we got to crimp on the positive. There we go. There we go. We'll shove it down in there. That'll be good. Okay. Now let's put this back together, and then we'll pull it out. We'll see how much power it's generating with the sun to its back. That's done. Okay, that's about full sun. Almost 3 amps. What is that, 3 amps? It's only like 40 watts, but you have to remember it's sitting at the most inopportune direction that it possibly can. And you also have to know that I don't have to do anything. It can just be sitting there like that the whole time, right? Which is pretty cool. Oh, the inverter kicked all the way off. So yeah, actually now we're doing 3¼ amps. So I bet you if I turn the vehicle around, it'll probably get even better. So yeah, it's pulling about 4 amps. That's about 50 watts. I mean, it's definitely not a 100-watt panel like the panels I set out on the ground, but it's definitely more than enough to recover from the fridge. So really, if we wanted to, we could run the fridge indefinitely this way. That's pretty nice. So it's just one more way that we'll have of keeping the battery charged and not have to run the vehicle. And I really like that. I realized I didn't get any interior shots of what the panel looks like from the driver's seat. This is eye level from the driver's seat looking out, with the sun kind of at the worst moment for glare. And you can see because the panel is matte finished, there's really no glare at all. There's more glare on the hood right here than there's the panel. So yeah, the Lensun 100-watt solar panel looks pretty good from in here. Okay, so would I buy this thing? Purely based off installation, I would. It's way easier than I thought it was going to be. I was a bit nervous in the beginning, especially with vinyl and not doing vinyl or anything ever in my life. So it's pretty easy. They really do make it as easy as the directions say. And honestly, I looked at the directions one time, and now it's to make sure I got the tape right. Other than that, super simple. You just have to have basic mechanic skills. It's even easier if you're running it to the battery right here and not going into a battery system like I am. But yeah, based on install, I'll definitely buy it. Now it's stuck to the hood of my car. You guys will get a long-term review in about 4 to 5 months after us using it, and I'll let you know what I really think about it. But based on install, I really like it. It's really simple, and it seems like it does what it's supposed to do. It's not really going to put out 100 watts right now, but you know, the sun is up there. It's not directly on top of it, and it's on a hood, so you can't really angle it. It's not the correct angle. But my personal opinion, you stick one of these on the hood just to recoup from your fridge draw, and then if you're really camped long term like we plan to do, you bring a fold-up panel and you set it out here, and you just take them both. You take both panels together, right? Wire them together, make a plug up front, wire them together, so now you're getting both panels going, and then you'll have plenty of power, and you get options, which is great. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you in the next one, and bye for now. I gotta wash this thing now. Now she's all dirty.